Let's see if we can get this thing root tooting. The finger's gonna work. Come on, fingers. Finger's gonna work. Come on, fingers. It's pretty close. See if we can get a little closer. It's pretty close. Yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. A little closer. It's pretty close. Yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. A little closer. Throw out the old kitchen TV real quick. A little volume down so you don't get the old echo, echo, echo. Okie dokie. All right, here we go. Oh man, so just realized haven't cleaned the coffee pot. Ah! I hate doing that on the live stream. I did manage to get this griddle here to about 10,000 degrees. Right before I jumped to the shower too, I was about to get in the shower and I smelled the griddle getting warm and I was like, hey, is that the smell of me leaving the stove on when I get in the shower? Sure was. Alright. Sorry about this. I just threw that on the counter. Let's yeah. Man, what a deal. Cherry Blossom. Well, hello. Welcome to me forgetting to clean my coffee machine out. This section of the live stream brought to you by making bad plans. I think my cherry tree might be blossoming right now. Now that you mentioned your name, how about that? Is the season, but yeah, sorry. I was getting ready to go live and I was like, man, you know what I really need to do? I need to take a shower. I was like, well, what I really need to do is make some coffee, but I was like, I really need to take a shower. So I decided to do that. So Elveshelves is all polished up for the day. This is part of my ritual. I towel out the inside of my coffee machine after letting it sit. Yeah, you know how there's the Japanese tea ceremony? This is the Elveshelves coffee ceremony. Take a purple rag, you just kind of rub it around in there, make it all nice. You don't want to do it perfect, you want to do it just enough so the ceremony is complete. And you get yourself one of these bad boys. Plop her in there. Yep. Is that gonna melt my? That's so hot up there. If I can put my hand on it, it's not gonna melt my sugar bowl, right? Is that how plastic works? I don't even think that's how it actually works, but yeah, my brain is not engaged in full go mode. So I got well, I don't want to let all my secrets out. I'll let a secret out. One of the reasons that I do these live streams is so I have an actual reason to kind of clean half my kitchen up. If I don't do a live stream in my kitchen, you wouldn't imagine what my kitchen looks like. Because I kind of feel like, well, the part that's going to be mostly on the internet, I probably ought to make look, put the image out there that I'm not a complete troglodyte. So it gives me a motivation to clean part of my kitchen. So like, I wake up Sunday morning, I look at my kitchen, I think, well, I can't put that on the internet, so I have to clean it, right? So I wake up first thing and I start cleaning. At least the parts that are supposed to be in the shot. Now sometimes, oops, we got some more here. What kind of coffee? So this is, well, normally I drink Sam's Club coffee. This is that Airscape Super Seal container. But what I got in here now, that's some of Seattle's finest coffee roasting company, Starbucks, if you will. And the reason I have Starbucks coffee in there is because Starbucks was on sale. And I don't normally drink Starbucks. I don't really have anything much to say about Starbucks other than, I mean, it's Starbucks, that's coffee. I mean, it grows on a plant. I suppose you get bad coffee. I mean, I'm not gonna say Starbucks is bad coffee. It's probably quality coffee. I just the whole corporate coffee thing. I just never really understood it. It's like, dude, it's coffee. Like, it's kind of like bottled water. I mean, I guess you could have bad bottled water, but normally, yeah, Sam's Club, because like basically it's cost per pound. That's what I'm doing. I get the least expensive per pound, and then I eat the bag up, and then I normally have a couple bags in the freezer, and then I just kind of keep some and I rotate it out, so you always get something different. But yeah, the last time I went out, it just happened to be they had a good deal on the Starbucks. I don't know if there's anything going on with why Starbucks is discounted. It seems like everything these days is like there's like a protest or a boycott or whatever. It's like half the time it's like, well, I can't even participate because I don't buy that shit anyways. Like, oh man, I'd love to boycott that company, but I don't even use them to begin with. You know, one of them deals. You know, I'm just generically speaking. And I can't remember if there was a Starbucks thing. Like, I think there might have been, and like people stopped buying Starbucks, and then whatever. I mean, as soon as my YouTube channel gets so big and I get so famous and rich that I can afford to buy whatever I want just because I want to buy it, not buy what I want because I can like have the money to pay for it at the time, type of deal. I'll change the way I shop. But for now, we're doing what's affordable. Let me grab some water real quick. Hold please. Keep an eye on that coffee machine. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. I mean, this coffee doesn't taste bad. I mean, I'm not anti. But whatever. I mean, it's weird when it comes to like name brand, quote unquote, and corporate stuff. Like some things it does make a difference. Like some companies make better products than other companies. You know, that is a real thing. But it's like, how do you? I mean, it's coffee bean. It grows. I mean, like, well, our coffee plants are better coffee plants. I was like, well, how do you do that? How do you make a better coffee plant? Like, I suppose you could process it better, or you could handle it better, or cleaner, or in a better way, or a what do they call it, sustainable way. But like, does that? Yeah, I don't know. All right, well, on to the eggs. If you're new to the channel, these are the eggs that, well, these came from Sam's Club as well, actually. And that's another thing. Sam's Club, Walmart, all that. Personally, I'm not a huge fan. But where I happen to live, we don't have a Costco. Except for if I drive an hour, I can get to a Costco. So if I want to buy from a big box store and get allegedly good deals on stuff, I have to buy from Sam's Club. But, you know. Whatever, I'm buying eggs. I'm trying to get the best price on eggs. So this was the best price on eggs today. I went to buy eggs and you had to get 2 of these. They came with a plastic strap. I came home, cut the strap, opened them up. This one was missing 2 eggs and the other one was missing 1 egg. I'm not even making that up. They shorted eggs. Like, I did go out to Sam's Club and say, yo, I bought 2 18 packs of eggs. I came up 3 eggs short. What's up? And they were like, you can have your money back. And I was like, sure will. I will take my money back on you shorting me. All right, so let's focus on what we're doing here. So in my strategeries here, let me get some light. Oh yeah, oh that's kind of glary. No, same amount of glare. I happened to break my tripod the other day, so I got a new tripod or a different tripod. It's not as nice. I'm gonna try to cook my bacon in the back here and try to cook my eggs up front. I feel like there was a slope to this thing last time I used it, but then I felt like the slope went the other way, so whatever. We're gonna go with like a medium, like a 4. Let's go with a 4. How's that sound? Like a 4? And I don't know how. I'm not gonna touch that thing with my hand because it was smoking. Oh, it's cooled down. It's cooled down. Let's get our little. What's the voice of this one sound like? So this guy works in the kitchen. He's not Shark Puppet. He's not 4 or 5. Is that the temperature? Kick it to a 4 or 5. So what's the sound of a chef hot pad sound like? Yorkin, Bjorkin, Schmjorkin, I'm the sweetest hot pad. Yorkin, Bjorkin. Let's put the cast iron over the grill. Schmurkin, Bjorkin, Schmurkin, Bjorkin. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that puppet show. Yep, got a 4 going. what we got today. I think I'm just going to cook all this up because I realized bacon is delicious and I'll probably just enjoy it. I don't know. This came from or not the construction. This came from the lumber yard. So like the lumber yard was selling bacon. The Swedish chef, yeah. Smörken björken. So according to the instructions here, you're supposed to eat like one piece of bacon. And it's like, well, only problem with that is I live on planet Earth and I'm about to cook bacon and I'm not going to have just one piece. So sorry, instructions. I'm going to disagree with you on that. I mean, part of me thinks I should eat half of this bacon. If I eat half of this bacon, that leaves bacon for next time, right? Is that how that works? If you eat half now and save half, you have bacon for later. Although if you cook all the bacon, that means you get to have more bacon today. Something about the Ziploc bag on this thing. Like I don't think this is ready yet. Can you slow cook? Can you put bacon on a not hot pan? How does that work? Oh man. Well, that is 1 mile long bacon. Why are you so long, bacon? How do you like your bacon crispy? Or I don't like extra crispy bacon. I kind of like chewy bacon. Although my favorite bacon is whatever quote unquote you're serving. You know, whoever's cooking the bacon, I'll eat their bacon, unless it's burnt. Like I can eat burnt bacon. Yeah, that's not hot enough. I feel like I should cut these bacons too because there's like a weak spot right there. See how there's like a spot in the bacon where it's like it's gonna come apart anyways. So let's just help it along its way. Oh, we got. Well, that's a nice cut there. Well, I guess you're not eating bacon because you ran out of apples or whatever. What I try to do is limit my bacon. That's why I don't eat bacon all the time. Like, I don't put bacon on my hamburger when I go to the restaurant because I figure I'd rather have my bacon with my eggs, you know? The saying goes, everything in moderation is how the saying goes. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, there's all sorts of philosophies in life about what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do and what's good for you and what's not good for you. And like, pretty much what I've decided is all the stuff that's quote unquote not good for you, it doesn't take away from when you're young and having fun. It takes away from when life sucks and you're old. So like, meh. I spent a lot of time, when I say a lot of time, many years hanging out with the elderly, end-stage elderly. And what I could tell you is that's not like the greatest part of your life. I'm not saying it's bad, but like, it definitely affected how I want to live my life. I can tell you that right now. Because when I see people spending a good time of their life slaving away, so quote unquote, they can enjoy the end of their life when they're in a nursing home, it's just like, that's not like the greatest time. Like, you're not going to be enjoying that so much. And whatever. Don't want to depress anybody. So normally you want to get your pan hotter. This is not an instructional video. This is just me waiting for my coffee to get done cooked. Let's see how that's there. I think the coffee's done. We gotta pick a coffee mug. Let's go over here and pick a coffee mug. Sorry about the trash video there. All right, here's our selection for the day. We got I Do What I Want. That's not a bad one. Of course, I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice. I'm leaning towards that one a little bit. This one's fun. Coffee spelled backwards is a fuck. I don't give a fuck about anything until I've had mine. I haven't used that one in a while. Too bad I don't care. We got the certified zebra whisperer here. I don't really understand it, but you're making a statement. Talk to myself cup. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. See what happens if you show up to a live stream. You get to interact with the host. I am going to give this a rinse because There could be some cobwebs in there. That's not unheard of at my house. No, we're not going to use soap. We're just a rinse, you know. Let's be realistic. Not worried about. Ooh, that bacon's starting to do its thing over there. So let's see if we can get both. Can we do both in one shot? A little bacon in the corner and some coffee pouring. Oh, this is going to be a double whammy. I just realized my half and half when I look into the trash here is empty. Exhibit A. Half and half in the recycling. Luckily, I have some on hand. Not all is lost. Okay. I do 1 scoop of sugar. Yep, I know it's not good. I shouldn't do sugar, but guess what? It's happening. Back in my youth, I used to do a lot of coffee house coffee. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd go to the coffee house, and I'd get my coffee. I was double latte macadamia nut syrup. Oh, God, that's my favorite. I was known as macadamia nut guy. And if I parked just right, and they could see my car parked, they would start making my drink for me. So when I walked in, I would just give them what amounted to way too much money, and they just hand me my coffee, and I would go. It was actually pretty cool. Then I realized I was basically making a house payment buying coffee every month. Let's keep your eye on that. I'm gonna go get some half and half. Hold please. Gotta go to the other room. Got a spare fridge in the other room. And I can mumble over here. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I'll just keep mumbling. There's something to hear while I'm mumbling. Stockpile. All right, on the way back. All right, success. Very much successful on that little adventure. I got a mud room that I have a spare refrigerator in. That's where I keep my overstock. So I don't have cluttered refrigerator. Just cluttered enough. Just cluttered with things that are expired just enough where it's like, I could probably still eat that. I'm not sure what the deal is with like perception of time, but like I feel like time is what is it? Time dilation going on. Like time's going really fast. So like, man, like I think back, like well, high school was what 4 years. And that took about 8 years to get through high school. It felt like it was 4 years. And now it's like, what is today? The 7th of May. That's like almost half the year's almost gone. We just started the year. I mean, just started it. I'm barely coming to terms with 2022, let alone ready to have 2023 half over somehow magically. Like, how did that happen? Whatever. I can't do anything about time either. But like all I know is like every once in a while you go through like the condiments, you start looking at the dates of the condiments, and it's like, whoa, that ketchup's almost old enough to talk back to me. Like, whatever. I don't need a lot of ketchup. I think part of it is that bulk Sam's Club buying, man. I tell you what, sometimes I buy stuff from there and I just don't ever get around to eat it all. But I got a good deal, you know. There's how's the saying go? Like, the year's gone by fast. It's like I don't know what it's like. I play a video game and like people always complain about stuff in the game. They're like, I don't understand what this person's doing. They're just running around doing nothing, and it's like, I always have to remind them, it's like, there is more than one way in that instance to play a video game. For that person, running around in a circle, being annoying, that's how they want to play the game. That's how they're playing it. They're not playing it wrong. They're playing it the way they want to. And much like in a video game, life, there's more than one way to do life. You know? If getting a good deal on a gallon of ketchup is what you're into, but you can't eat a gallon of ketchup, well, did you do it wrong? I don't know. Well, you're a prick. pretty pumped when you bought the ketchup, baby. I mean, when you cut your bacon in half, you can have 2 pieces. See? See? Before, I was only allowed 1 piece. Now I'm allowed 2 pieces. Whatever. I was going to cook hash browns, but then I realized my air fryer is so uncleaned, I shouldn't probably use it to cook anything else in it. Like, I've been cooking french fries in it, and, like, I've made a rule up in my head. See how this works? You make your own rules. My rule is, well, I cook french fries in it, and all I'm going to do is put more french fries in it, so I don't need to clean it, right? It's just french fries. Like, the french fries are in the bag, they're frozen. It's the same french fries, so if I just, the next day, I have some more french fries. Well, I've done that for a few days now, and, my video game? Oh, I play Elder Scrolls Online. That's what I play. Elder Scrolls Online, Xbox, North American server. I play in Cyrodiil, the player versus player. Yep. That's what I do. I'm currently, well, for this campaign, I finally got up to, I was sitting in 11th place a day ago, 2 days ago. When I logged back in, I got kicked down to like 13th. There's some tryhards in there. Some dude's in first place. There's no one going to catch him. It's crazy. It's crazy how first place he is. It was like 10 months ago, I managed to make it to first place in that game. For like Planet Earth, in that section. That's pretty cool. It's a lot of effort, but I had some free time on my hands, so. Whatever. Yeah, if you play Elder Scrolls, I play almost every day. I stream for a little bit, but I kind of quit because, like, the people I play with don't want me to stream because they don't want to give the advantage to the other team. People, like, they call it like stream sniping or whatever. You watch people's streams, figure out where they are, and get an advantage. So they don't want me to do that. So this is what we're using today for our toast. Great for sandwiches, low in fat. Well, that's kind of an interesting slogan. Is it good for toast? Dakota 12 grain. This is actually really good bread. I don't always eat 12 grain. I kind of rotate stuff. Like, you get sick of stuff. How do I describe it? How do I describe how things work in the world of my life? Like, there was a point in my life where I was helping a buddy out who was having some tough times, and like let him crash here. And part of the gig was like he'd buy takeout. It's like, yeah, crash, buy some takeout, help out around the house. That's cool. Get back on your feet. That's how it started off or whatever. And one of my favorite foods to eat is from this local restaurant. It's a Vietnamese restaurant. Apparently, they have really good soup. Pho or whatever. I've never had it before. I should do it. I mean, my family eats it. They love it. But I don't know. For me, fresh spring rolls they make there are the most amazing. They're not fried. They're just the fresh ones. And I love their chicken lo mein. I just love it. I think it's so good. It's like one of my favorite things to eat. Well, when I was helping my buddy out, he's like, "Oh, you like that chicken lo mein and those fresh spring rolls?" I was like, "Hell yeah, it's just the best." So he'd like buy it all the time, like every week. To the point, it's like, dude, I'm eating the chicken lo mein and fresh spring rolls too much. I'm not even sure if I like it anymore. Like, I'm not saying it ruined it, but like, you can't just eat the same thing and every time you eat it. Like, it ruins it for you. I don't want my spring rolls to get ruined. And now I only eat it like once a year, and when I get it, it's like, oh, it's so good. Love it. Oh my God, no paper towels? What is happening right now? We're having a paper towel emergency, folks. Emergency! Excuse me, Bruno. Watch out, babe. I gotta get through. Move. We have a paper towel emergency. We're down to the last of the paper towel in the roll. That's where the glue is, and I don't like to put my bacon on the glue. So we got a fresh roll. Yeah, oh no! Oh no! Paper towel emergency! Don't put bacon on the glue part of the roll, otherwise you'll get glue-flavored bacon, I guess. Something, I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. That's another one of my little self-imposed philosophies. All right. I feel like I'm not doing much. I don't have any juice. I need to get juice. I usually make juice on the stream. Well, Can't make juice, you ain't got juice. Alright. We're getting ready to start cooking an egg here. This is my egg cooking real estate right here. Man, I need to do dishes too. Alright, that one is really close. Alright, so normally at this point in the stream I start talking about some crazy shit that happened this week, so I gotta start thinking. Like I don't keep notes, I just kind of stream of consciousness, brain rambling is what I do. So let me think, what was this week? What exciting things happened this week? Oh, they poured the concrete at the end of my driveway. That's pretty exciting. Got it close. Got it close to where it's supposed to go. It just kind of, yeah, it's done. Those videos will be forthcoming. All right, let's select an egg scooping spatula, which I don't really have a good one of. Let's do this one. A little dusty once again. Let's try to get some of this bacon adherence to the edge so we can have a proper egg. Man, this griddle, I tell you what, got some real estate to it. But it sure slides around. Okay. Well, okay, but also not okay. What kind of juice? I buy frozen juice, so like normally it's like an orange juice or an apple juice or a grape juice. I haven't been to the grocery store lately. Like I stock up. Like I got a big deep freeze in the basement, and I got a couple refrigerators. So what I do is I kind of wait till like frozen juice is on sale, then I just buy like a bunch of it. Because it's frozen, like what's it gonna do? Stay frozen? I guess if the power goes out and I run out of gasoline, I don't have a generator or whatever, yeah, I'll lose some frozen orange juice, but like normally I'm all stockpiled up. Ooh, I can turn that back off. What am I thinking here? I don't need that going. All right, bacon's done. I need to get a little spoon going because I need to ladle up a little bit of this bacon, what do they call that? Bacon juice. We got some bacon juice going on here. I want to fry my eggs in some of that juice. The old bacon juice there. Yum, yum. That seems like it's too hot for what I'm trying to do here. We'll just clean that bacon fat up off the grease. I'm just joking around. Oh, that's a egg crime. How are we gonna? Yeah, no, that happened. Weird. Never anticipated that. Yep. You just go back up there, man. Man overboard. Let's see here. Let's get a plate ready. We're gonna go with blue plate today, just because blue light special. Blue plate special. I need to start thinking about getting some toast going, probably. Let's oh, my dog's freaking out. Let's give the dog a piece of this bacon. Whoa, slow down, beast. Jeez. I'm kind of excited there. Okay. Was it stream dropping or something? I don't even know. Ooh, that's actually at least nice. Let's put some pepper on that. I usually don't go real big on the salt, because I figure the bacon's got salt in it, doesn't it? That's kind of how you... That's how you do it, is just salt it. I mean, the bacon is... That's literally what bacon is. It's salted pork belly or something. Is that the shot? I don't know if it is. I hope it is. Come on, Brad. Get your home. It kind of needs to be out from underneath the counter a little tiny bit. I don't like super overdone eggs. I like a little runny. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Dog cam. Yep. Oh, you bit my finger, you Man, somebody's gonna sweep that floor. Who's in charge around here? The dog's like super fucking pumped right now. Back up. You're not getting any more bacon for a second. I'm cooking eggs. Calm down, beast. My dog's getting really old, and like she's super food focused right now. Like that's like kind of all she's got going for is food, 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 food. That's all she thinks about. That's all she cares about. Food, food, food. No, yo, no! Oh, that's a disaster. Why did I not remember that? You'd think I'd have learned after the first one that I can't crack that egg that close to the edge. How's it go? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, won't be fooled again. Well, I think I determined that this thing's got a slope to it, and I think I got the slope the wrong way today. But, like, there really isn't a slope, but I think there is. Like, I don't think it's an intentional slope. I think it's just the way the particular cast iron got done. I guess, if that makes any sense. I mean, really, none of it makes any sense, to be honest with you. But all right, toast, check. Got the buttermill. That's fun. Ooh, yep. Getting ready to be cold enough or warm enough in the house to start putting the butter back in the refrigerator, it looks like. I'm trying to think, there must have been something crazy that happened this week that I was just like boggled my mind. It usually is. Normally it's traffic. Like traffic's the thing that I talk about the most, it seems like, on this channel. People doing crazy stuff in traffic. Oh, there was a traffic incident, yeah. So I was like, going through an intersection. And like some intersections, when you come to them, you could turn left and you gotta like yield to the people coming at you. Which is fine. And normally if you're in the intersection, and you're turning left and you get a yellow, that means the intersection's ready to go crosswise, right? But there are exceptions to that, and that's where the intersection has colored arrows, like green arrow. So green arrow intersection doesn't necessarily mean that when your arrow's done that cross traffic's coming. It could just mean the traffic's coming this way. I was going through an intersection the other day, and there was a person like stuck in the middle of the intersection. They must have been trying to go on a green arrow and couldn't make it, which is a really weird concept because a green arrow, you just go. You don't have to yield to anything. Yet here this person was anyway, stuck in the middle of the intersection trying to get through. And their arrow must have changed from green to red or whatever, and they're like, well, I gotta clear the intersection, so I'm just gonna pull through because cross traffic's coming. But there was no cross traffic. It was me having a green light coming the other way, and so this person just like started slowly, like, just like you would if you thought cross traffic was. It was like, what are you doing, lady? Like, or sorry, person. And they just like really didn't care. They're just like, I'm just gonna come through. I was like, what is happening? It was really strange. Like, it really blew my mind a little bit. I struggled with it. Then also I was like, well, did I just run a red light? Like, what just happened right there? Turns out, no, I didn't run a red light. That person just, like... Because I went back to the intersection, I looked at the signage and how it all worked later, because I drive through that intersection quite a bit. It was an intersection where normally it's a turn arrow. But where I live... What they'll do is if it's available... Oh, that's a bad crack. I did better that time. If it's available, like hang out in the intersection waiting for traffic to clear or whatever. Where I live, we have what's called a flashing yellow. So a flashing yellow allows you to be in the intersection waiting for a safe time to go. So I don't really know what was going on there. Maybe they had a flashing yellow that turned red and they were trying to clear, but like there was like road construction going on at that time. I think I'm gonna do 3 eggs today. We're gonna shut this off. There was road construction going on that day, so I don't know what was causing what to trigger where, but man, it was strange. It was just the determination of this individual to get through the intersection by just slowly pulling out farther and farther. I found that pretty interesting. Oops, what's going on here? I lost my mirror to my TV. My hand's still working on the internet here? I don't know what's wrong. I may have lost my stream. Lost my mirror. Huh. Well, that's how life goes sometimes. Sometimes the internet works and sometimes it doesn't. I find it amazing that I survived when I was a youth without the internet. Isn't that amazing? So every day you get up, you get through the day, and that's how life goes sometimes. I got to that volume way down. Man, that's loud. Sometimes the internet works, sometimes it doesn't. And now, like if you lose your internet, you lose your mind. Like I think what's one of the latest disappointments I've had because of the internet. Oh, let's chat with some people the other day. Egg sandwich. And they were talking about like, oh, I'm gonna watch a movie. I was like, oh, what movie you're watching? Like, oh, the new Dungeons and Dragons. And I was like, what? There's a new Dungeons and Dragons? Like, yeah. I was like, I'd probably watch that. Where'd you watch it? And they were like, oh, it's on Amazon. And I was like, cool. I'll check that out. When I had some free time, go onto Amazon, go to watch Dungeons and Dragons. Well, I mean, I guess you could watch it on Amazon. You got to pay for it, though. Right. Rent it. I was like, what? When did this start happening? When did all this, like, rent a movie on a streaming service start? Huh. I mean, it's a little disappointing. I assume it came from when like they couldn't have people go to the movie theaters or whatever, so they started just putting the movie straight through, but they couldn't just give them away for free, so they started like you could buy your movie ticket. I don't really know. But just this was last night, so I'm just sitting there looking at the movie. I was I wasn't excited to watch it, but I was like, well, I guess I'll watch it. So I had decided I was going to watch it because I was told it was on the streaming service that I have. And it just turns out it's like for sale or whatever, buy or rent. I was like, well, that's not, I mean, whatever. That's not a crime or anything, but like, why would the person have told me, oh, you can watch it on Amazon? I mean, I guess technically you can watch it on Amazon. I don't really know. Yeah, they said it was good. I mean, what are you gonna do? I guess I'll wait. I literally can't remember the last time I quote unquote rented a movie. Like the last time I rented a movie, there was a store called Blockbuster, and you had to have a membership card. Like that's what I'm talking about. I never did the Red Flix or Red Box or whatever. I never even did the the Netflix mail. Remember that? Remember when Netflix was CDs or DVDs through the mail? Remember that? Like, that was a thing. I had some friends that rented that. You can keep it as long as you wanted. Seems like for a certain percentage of the population, the whole borrow something and get it back on time ain't gonna work out very good. For reasons I mean, life happens, right? You get busy, you forget. Well, that's how like the old style video stores, they racked up the late fees, man. You got late fees, like that was like a thing, man. Like renting movies and getting them back on time back in the day was like a big part of life. Like your whole day was scheduled around whether you're gonna get that thing returned on time. And then accrued late fees. Because if you didn't get it returned on time, you're still like stuck at the slot, and then you pretended, oh yeah, I got that there on time, right? But you didn't. And then when you go back to rent another movie, they're like, well, you have late fees. And you're like, what? This is an outrage, right? Like, oh my God. How could I have forgotten to turn that back on time? Library books are the same way. You owe us 35 cents because your library book was... It's like, what? No, there's no way. There's no possible way that was late. Well, according to our records, and our records are accurate, you were in fact late, and you owe us money. It's like, oh man. But yeah, those VHS cassette tapes, man. And then like if it'd fall off your seat in your car, and you had like 3 of them, and you didn't grab the third one, and you missed. Oh my God, they'd hunt you down. So the Dungeons and Dragons movie must be really new, I guess, is the only thing I can come up with. That's why it's like for like you're just buying a ticket, like it's still in the theaters or it just came out of the theaters. I don't really know. I mean, I have no idea. Here, doggy. Okay. So it's been out for a month and now they've released it to streaming for purchase. Makes sense. I gotta blow my nose, excuse me. I'm allergic to the internet. Well, the one person who had watched it started like, I just watched it. And everyone's like, no spoilers, no spoilers. And he's like, well, I don't want to spoil it, but since none of you've watched it, and of course that person had, and they wanted to rub it in everybody's face, I'm going to talk about it anyways. I was like, oh, whatever. But all I really said was it was good because it was true to the classic original Dungeons and Dragons, is all he said. If you ever played Dungeons and Dragons, I guess the movie is authentic to how it used to be. And it didn't really elaborate with it. It was just through classes or how the storylines unfold. I don't really know. But I gave it a thumbs up. Dog is digging the bacon. Here, eat my whole finger. There's one little piece there. Oh, never mind. Man, I'll tell you what, that was good. I'm thinking about having more, maybe. Man, what time is it? It's 10:30. I could probably do more toast and then have one more egg, and that could be lunch, right? I got enough coffee for one more cup. What do I do here? Whoa, careful. I'm just spilling coffee down the front of my shirt. Luckily, it's a coffee-colored shirt. It's brunch. Yeah, I'm having brunch, all right. Brunch. Well, let's see here. What's the bread situation? How many slices we got left here? We got evens or odds? We got heel, 1, 2, 1, 2, and heel. I could be convinced to eat a heel and a regular piece today. I like heels. Normally what I have for breakfast is 2 pieces of toast and coffee. That's my regular breakfast on a regular day, but since today's Sunday and that's somehow different than the other days of the week, mainly due to the fact that I normally don't have to do a specific task for somebody else, I try to turn it into like a day of doing something different, like cooking a multi ingredient breakfast, right? Where am I gonna put this? Right there. My little coffee station here is working pretty good, but man, it is just barely enough real estate to get the whole thing accomplished. So yeah, if you haven't followed along, this is this chunk of wood here. This block of wood, I made that from a tree that I cut down in my yard, and then I milled with a chainsaw mill, and then cut it up and glued it all together and made myself a coffee station. Which there's enough room here. It's just basically my parameters were I don't even remember what my parameters were. I had some imaginary parameters. It was the pieces of the log that were like, that's not really big enough to do anything with, and I was like, you know what? I could probably cut that up and make something. So like I cut it up and I made that. It was just barely enough to make that. I still got a bunch of that wood left over. I mean, I got 20-foot planks of it, 2-inch thick. My plan was to make windowsills for all the windows in my house. I wanted to make real nice, thick, like 1.25-inch shelves into my windows that hung out in the room a little tiny bit. I mean, the channel is called Elveshelves, so like I was like, I feel like I need more shelves in my life. So that was my plan, is to put wood windowsills from a tree cut from my yard. It's a walnut. Now, normally I don't cut the trees down in my yard for no reason, but this particular tree just happened to be exactly dead center where I wanted to put a road to the upper part of the property. And I was like, well, that's extremely inconveniently located. But it was a really straight tree, and I was like, well, you know, we could probably make something out of that. It's way more work than I thought it was. You want to go easy mode, just go to the store and buy some wood. You want to go hard mode, grow a tree for 50 years and then cut it down and make something out of it, I guess. I was like, it's like last year I had an arm injury. Excuse me. Once again, I'm allergic to the internet. My nose never runs except for on Sunday when I stream. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I don't know if it's the lights or what it is. It's definitely not the bacon, because I don't cook bacon every time. It's either the lighting. It's gotta be the lighting, like LEDs or something. I don't know what it is. But I don't even know what I was saying. I was gonna cook one more egg. Turn the cooker back on. Yeah, I was mumbling something. Oh. I made a walnut trivet. All right. Nice. Oh yeah, I hurt my arm. I had like a 6-month recovery on that arm injury, and I was starting to get a little stir crazy towards the end, where like it was a distal bicep rupture, which is like where the bicep connects to your forearm. And the whole deal with it is like it's an injury that after the surgeon fixes it, because of the lack of like blood vessels down there, it takes a really long time to completely heal enough to where the chance of re-injury is eliminated. That's why it's 6 months of recovery, because like for 6 months you kind of can't use your arm because you could just accidentally re-injure it and you're starting from scratch again, right? Well, now it's rolling that way. I don't understand this thing. How does this pan roll both directions? Egg? You're drunk. Go home. I just got bacon scrapings there. Jesus. So anyways, after like, oh, like 5 months of me sitting around, like my arm was moving around, right? So like it wasn't like it was immobile for 6 months. It's just like couldn't use it. So that butcher block thing I made there, I made that when my arm wasn't quite 100%. It was like a one-arm project. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Like you watch the TV shows and they just like, oh, you cut the wood up, then you glue the wood up, and then it's done. It's like, oh yeah, I can do that. Man, I tell you what, that glue, that's something else. I mean, it's cool. It ain't fancy, you know. It's on just a wire rack. Like, some things in life are a fashion show, and some things in life are not a fashion show. And it just depends on where you're going to put your priorities. You know, if you're worried about your, does your coffee station need to sit on a wire rack, or does your coffee station need to sit on a plywood cabinet with soft closed hinges? Well, good luck. I mean, I hate to show it. Let me see. Let's see if I can show you this. Film myself here. I mean, there's my other counter. Oh, wire rack with just OSB. Yep, that's just oriented strand board with some silicone mats. Well, holds the butcher block and the paper towel mess from earlier. And yeah, that's how I do it. And every day when I wake up, everything's still sitting there. It's pretty nice. I do have a fantasy of doing the butcher block over there, but the problem is, I think it'd be too tall. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. We'll see. I got my spacings all figured out for all my stuff in there. There's not necessarily a plan, but there's a plan, right? I don't feel I've told enough stories today. There's got to be some more good stories I could talk about. Oh, I know what it was. I was at like Lowe's the other day, looking at a thing, and the guy came out and had to unlock it from the cage, and it was like kind of a big box. It was like a big box, and I'm like, you got to lock up boxes that big? Like shit like that's disappearing? And the guy just got the cage open and pulled the box out. And he was like, yeah, no, people steal stuff all the time. He says, we're not allowed to stop anybody. Like, all we can do is, like, hit a button and, like, the door's emergency lock, and that's all we can do. So, like, he said, if you can get out the door before we can hit the button, you're home free. Without missing a beat, I picked the box up. I go, thanks. And I turned to leave. And the guy's like, oh! Like, he almost shit himself. And I was like, just kidding. That was pretty funny. You thought I was going to steal that item. Just moments after he told me as long as I could get it out the front door, it'd be mine. I was like, what kind of rule is that? Like, when did that kind of thing? It's like a game of, like, tag or something now. I mean, it's not tag, but it's like, as long as you can get through the front door, you can steal whatever you want, kids. It's like, well, is that really the rule? Like, that seems like a kind of a crazy rule. Like, there might be a way they could figure out how to make that not a rule. I mean, I'm not in charge of that shit. Well, oh, here's another crazy one. I watched a video of a guy. The video said, like, something like, before you go to Colorado, watch this video. Like, be aware, or be cautious. Here, Britta, bacon. What the video was is a guy got in a fender bender, right? An individual crashed into him, and they called the police. The police came, and this individual had no insurance, no license, and the car was not registered, okay? driving on public roads, causing car accidents. And this guy's videotaping the whole thing, and like the end result was the police officer wrote this individual a ticket. And then that individual drove away. And the guy was from out of town or out of state, and he's like, what the hell is going on? He was from Chicago. He's like, you're not even going to arrest him? Like, no license, no registration for the vehicle? The vehicle isn't even registered to be on the road. And no insurance, which is a crime. He's like, if that happened in Chicago, you'd be in jail. And this is what the cop said. This is Colorado, man. You could have heroin here up to so much amount of heroin, we don't even arrest you. We just write you a ticket. So that's how they do everything. It's just a ticket. You could... Now, I don't know what the policy for following up on the quote-unquote the ticket is. But no license, no registration, no insurance, causing car accidents, and you get to drive away if you live in Colorado. Or if you're in Colorado. That one blew my mind. I was just like, whoa. That's intense. Like, I wonder how expensive the ticket was. Like, I mean, does that... I mean, you're getting into a math equation at that point. Like, what's the cost of insurance? What's the cost of registration? And how much does it cost to get your driver's license? And is that more or less than the ticket for not having that stuff? Now, I don't have that information. I don't know what the ticket price is for, basically being a bag of shit. Being completely irresponsible. And the crazy part, if we were going to, quote-unquote, prejudge the situation and use our prejudgingness, also known as prejudice, one may have assumed that would be a person from a foreign country speaking a foreign language doing that. But in fact, it was not. It was a, quote-unquote, very American, whatever that means, looking individual that should have known better. They just said, fuck it, I ain't doing that. It's like, whoa, what's going on here, folks? That is bonkers. And I don't know what the recourse for the dude who got hit was. Like, I don't even know how that works. Like, does he have to, like, just sue the person? Like, because, like, I mean, yeah, I don't know how that works. I haven't been in very many car accidents. I've never had to deal with that shit. Like, I think I've been in one. Like, the one I had to deal with, and this is a true story. Road goes like this. Parking here. A person drove their car down the road and just pulled straight into a parking spot like that. Got out, walked across the street, went inside to a coffee shop. I came and pulled in behind them, right? I got out, walked across the coffee shop. There was a time difference between when they parked and I parked. These people were done coming back to their car. So they drove straight in. I drove straight in behind them. I was in a legal spot, right? But they remember just driving straight in. But they walked across the street to the coffee shop. So when they came back out, they had to look across the street to their car. Somehow they missed when they were walking back to the car that there was a car parked behind them, right? They couldn't see my car because my car, I don't know, was invisible to them. But they did remember driving straight in. So their solution for leaving was to drive straight out. So I'm walking back to my car, coffee in my hand, looking at my car, watching this person get in the car, turn their car on, put it in reverse, and just drive straight backwards into my car. Just bam, right into it. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, holy shit. I figured they're just going to leave, but like, I think they were about to leave, but then they saw me and like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't see your car there. We just pulled straight in. I didn't even realize you were behind me. And I was like, that doesn't even make sense, but like, Jesus Christ. Well, this person happened to have a husband, and they were very concerned that their husband was going to be upset with them for crashing the car, quote unquote, again. And I was like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let's see what happened. Me being a nice guy. The car I was driving at the time was a unibody style bumper and it had a license plate holder on the front, right? That was like a factory license plate holder that it was molded to fit the bumper. Well, that was broken. I looked at the bumper. The bumper didn't look too bad. I was like, I don't think you broke the bumper. I just think it's the license plate holder. Let's just exchange information. I'll just go down to the dealer. And I'll just get a price to have them put a new one on. And you can just pay me. Or pay that. Or we can go through insurance. I don't give a shit. All I know is I'm not dealing with it. Like, I'm not the guy that's going to be doing whatever. Yeah, how do you miss a car? Exactly. Well, it was the part that was so crazy is she had to walk back across the street. So, like, she literally had to look at her car to walk to the car and had, I mean, there's no way you could not miss my car, but just like, whatever. She had coffee, or they had coffee. They were very excited. So I went to it was a Mitsubishi. I went to the Mitsubishi dealer. It's like, hey, I need a price for this part installed. And the guy's like, installed? I was like, yep, give me your price. He's like, well, you know, shop rates, blah, blah, blah. That's crazy. Just install it yourself. And I was like, nope. I need you to write me a quote for this part, full price, installed, in my car, driving away with me not getting my hands dirty. And the guy's like, that's nuts, dude. No one would do that. I was like, just, someone's paying for this, not me. Like, just give me the price. And he did. It was crazy. It was like $150 in labor or some shit. Whatever. I contacted the lady. I told her. I was like, I brought her the quote. I was like, here's the quote. She just starts freaking out. What the hell? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I didn't write the quote, lady. Like, that's it. I took it to the dirt. She gave me the money. I ordered the part from somebody else, screwed it on myself. Pocketed the rest. Turns out later, this is where I made a mistake. The impact, like, kind of cracked the paint on the bumper. If that makes any sense. So I've got all these little, like, micro paint cracks everywhere that are a direct result of that, which was super. I still have that car. It's like a collector car. It was a 98, 99, same car, Mitsubishi Eclipse with the big whale tail and the all-wheel drive, the high-end one. I still have it. But yeah, that was my dealing with a quote-unquote car accident. So I'm trying to figure out how this guy in Colorado, the person had no insurance, no registration, no nothing, and just drove away. Like, what's your name? Oh, my name is John Doe. Oh, Mr. Doe, here's your ticket. I mean, I don't even know how how did the cop even, you know, like, how did they know who she was or who they were? That was so crazy to me. I cannot fathom it. But the cop was just like, he's just like, screw it, man. We don't arrest anybody for anybody here. We just write tickets. Nice work, dog. Professional food eater. Here, one more. That's a big bread. Chew that bread. Oh, you're dropping the eggs. Whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna blow my nose again. So maybe that's what the world's coming to, is you just get a ticket. Here, get your ticket. Try to reverse the camera here. Ooh, okay. Something's kind of dusty. What is going on? Why is there so much light? Oh. No? What is that this? That looks really, like, faded. Hey! Snooping? Old cabinet snoopers? Well, it looks like a rainy day again. We've had rain for like 3 days straight. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I need to do laundry badly, but I don't really feel like doing it. I need to do yard work too, but it's too wet. Whatever. Thanks for tuning in. If you caught the live stream, I'm glad you made it. If you missed the live stream, you're watching the re-upload. It's almost as good as being there live, but less interaction when you don't catch it live. I mean, you could pick coffee mugs. You could ask questions. I got an answer for almost everything, but I usually try to go for an hour. I've gone 4 minutes and 50 seconds too long. So peace. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a good Sunday. I don't know if you got bacon in your one slice. Cut it in 2 pieces. You get 2 pieces then. Peace out. Later.